We are live. Welcome to another Sunday Stock Talk where we go over our game plan for this week to come. Super excited to have all of you returning back. And for anyone who is new, we do this every single Sunday to prepare us for the week ahead. So, very excited here to have you all participating and joining us for another special Sunday Stock Talk. Now, give me just a second to share my links, and then we're going to get into what is a potential reversal of the market. And as we know, most of the market did sell off last week. Nice whole week of sell off, right? A lot of selling pressure, which was great, bringing a lot of volatility into the market. Now we are at a key point on this trend line. If you can see it right here, the trend line is actually acting as a very strong support. Every time it hits this support, it actually begins to consolidate and then bounce up. Now we're getting to that key moment where it's potentially going to consolidate and push back up. Could this maintain that support on that trend line? Well, I'm very excited to find out with all of you this week to come. Also, if you guys want to watch me trade live at market open as soon as tomorrow, definitely subscribe to the channel, smash that notification bell, and also sign up with the first comment that's pinned in the chat. That'll give you access to our Discord, where you can also watch me trade live every single morning at market open. Now, guys, I'm excited. We're going to go over our top 10 stocks again. We're going to see where they are as far as last week, how they did, and this week also, how they did. And I'm curious because a lot of these companies are selling off, and that's great. Got some new people in the chat. Hello, Shaq. Hello, Better View. How you guys doing? I'm sure there's some other people here. Let me know if it sounds okay and you can see it okay. All right. Welcome. Okay, so here we go. Markets are selling off, but it's at a key point here. As you can see, the markets have been steadily going up since August, and it was at a key point of $419. Since that support level, see, 411, 419, it pushed up to 504, came back down. Now, are we seeing a somewhat of a bull trap this week where we may see this go up and potentially push up to 516, maybe even 500, maybe retest that 9-day EMA or that 20-day EMA and then begin to come down? If it gets below this trend line, then I believe this could sell off and we could have another aggressive sell off back to 400. It is at 497 right now, which means that the market could not hold that $500 support. Looks like support right now is about 494. Now, could we see a potential bounce? It is very possible that we can get some buyers coming in at 497 and pushing this up to, maybe 500, 510, test this 200-day moving average, or potentially get back up to those previous highs of 516. Now, if it does get to those previous highs of 516, that's about a 4% profit on this move, but over almost $20 per share in profits. Now, if it does want to get rejected, it could come back down and test this 480 level, 486 level. So tomorrow is going to be very important to understand exactly the direction that the market's going to take. Are we going to hold this level tomorrow, or are we going to begin to sell off even more than what it's already sold off in the past week? It actually sold off 4.5%, over $23 in a week, and this actually went right along with our trade plan. Now, we did draw this yellow line. If you can see it here, I could kind of move it around, this little line here. Now, we did have this trade plan set out last Sunday, and we thought, okay, well, if it pushes up to these highs and it's going to continue to consolidate, if it can't break this high here, then it's going to get rejected, and it did exactly that. It got rejected. Now, it took an extra day for that rejection to occur, but the rejection still happened, and now it's sold off nearly, 5.5 or what is that? Let me go ahead and delete this, and we'll start a new one here. From highs of 516 to that low of 494 was 4.5%, or $22. Okay. Now, is this a buy opportunity for the longs to go from 497 back to 516, or is this going to sell off tomorrow? Tomorrow morning, we will have a better understanding of that. Shaq, audio and visual perfect, my guy. Awesome. Major, yo, welcome to the Sunday meetup, guys. Okay. So Bitcoin, this is also very important because Bitcoin is moving as we speak in the market, right? It's moving over the weekend. Now, it hasn't done much, guys. It really hasn't done much. Now, the key point here with Bitcoin is it's now below that 200-day moving average on the 30-minute chart. Okay, this can be very relevant for tomorrow. Are we going to start seeing signs of more selling pressure? On the 4-hour chart, it's still very bullish, staying above that 45-day moving average, this blue line here, and well above that 200-day moving average. The only thing that I'm seeing here of concern is that it cannot get above $93,000. It actually has a couple other key support levels that we want to focus on, okay? It doesn't seem to be making any new progress above. What's happening is it's now crossed over on the 30-minute chart, this green 200-day moving average. Okay, if it cannot maintain this support at 89,500, by the time market opens, we could see this pull back to maybe 86,800. Okay, possibly maybe to 88. Now, if we get a lot of buyers coming in and it doesn't cross over, this blue line will begin to go up as Bitcoin rises, and we will actually, in fact, stay bullish. Do you see that right there? That little line, we can get this to push up slightly or stay even, and then it begins to push up, then that is the ride that we'd want to take for Mara, BTCT, MSTR, HUT, BITO, Riot, whatever you trade as far as Mara goes, whatever it is that you use to trade crypto in the stocks, Hood even can benefit from crypto as it's following crypto almost mirror image. Same with BTCT. So we did trade BTCT on Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday. I don't believe we traded it on Friday. Again, another key level of support on the 30-minute. You can see that it's trailing kind of above $17. Could we get a push from $17 to potentially 25 again, make 32% profit or $6 per share? It's definitely possible if Bitcoin doesn't continue to sell off more than what it already is. Okay, it's got to get back above that 200-day moving average as far as a 30-minute candle. But look at this, very, very clear signs that it's curling over and beginning to sell off. This is the first indication that besides here, I guess, besides here on November 15th, where it came below the 200-day moving average again, use that average here as support. Support's been broken. So I'm curious to see again what happens tomorrow. Now, moving on with our other companies, let's go over gold real quick. JNUG did sell off a little bit, still below that 200-day moving average, but pushing up from $38 to $41 was a nice little bull play for a 2-day push. Almost 9% profit and $3 per share. Okay, JDST pushing up very nicely. Now, this is betting against the market. I do believe that gold is oversold and now may start churning. Now, we can still sell off more as this is very bullish. Now, when I mean bullish on JDST, I mean that this is a 2 times leverage ETF betting against gold. So as gold sells off, this will begin to go up even higher. Now, is this a key point? $31 for JDST to begin curling over and beginning to sell off? We will see, right? I'm excited. Now, we did trade SQQQ this week as well because the market did pull back, guys. We were able to trade SQQQ. We were not able to get a nice price around $31 or $31.50, but I do believe we bought up at like $33 and we sold at 34, 35. It was a very small trade, very tiny move. It was like right in this area here. I think it was actually even a day trade, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it was a day trade on the 15th, where I moved this. It went from like 33 to 35 very easily, $2 per share, 5% move in a single day, betting against the market. If we were able to get in on those lows at $31, selling at 35, that's $4 per share or almost 13% profit, right? So very great move. It is now above that 200-day moving average and the 30-minute. but it got up to right where we wanted it to. This was our area of trade plan. This was our plan to sell 35.48 to 36, sold, and now that's done. And now look at the 4 hour. It's trading right along where our trade plan was. If you can see this green line right here, this was not here all week. We drew this out on the last Sunday night stock talk, which you can go back and watch as well and just showcase the authenticity here. But we drew this line here last Sunday and actually drew out right along, played right along where our yellow line is. Okay, so if this gets rejected, we're going to see, again, validation that the markets may begin to push up tomorrow. And if this sells off tomorrow, this is a triple leveraged ETF that bets against the market. So if it begins to sell off, then this will actually go down, resulting in a $4 loss, and we would then invest in TQQQ. Again, key area. It's hitting that 200-day moving average. This is a 3-time triple leverage ETF, which bets for the market. So if the market begins to go up tomorrow and we start seeing a reversal pattern, this is what we like to see, the 3 stages of reversal, a rejection, consolidation, and then that confirmation up, then we can easily see maybe a $10 per share profit, or about 14%. So imagine buying even 10 shares of this company. It's about $740. You could then sell it 10 shares at $84 and make a total of $100 very easily, very simply, by understanding this pattern. And you can do it over multiple patterns. Now, guys, now that the overall market is covered, we covered the NASDAQ, we covered crypto, we covered gold, and everything is pointing to signs of it possibly being a reversal or the upside. Don't get caught in a bull trap. That's the thing here. Don't get caught in a bull trap, because this can easily begin to sell off. And if it does sell off, then we will invest in SQQQ. We will then buy here as it breaks that and push up to 38. From 35 to 38 would be a nice opportunity to make about $3 per share. If it sold off a little bit more, back to those $40 levels, maybe 17% or $6 per share. Not saying it will sell off that much, but we have 2 areas of interest, and I'm very excited to see what happens. Now, our overbought companies would be JDST. That is the only overbought company at the moment. No active trending up companies that I find interest, except for maybe JDST, and they finding that resistance at 31. Now, oversold companies, there are 21. We're going to go over a couple very fast, just because they've been on my watch list for so long. Stocks I currently watch are 24. Now, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of companies that you can trade, but what I do here really well is try to cancel out all that noise and just basically get to the basics and stick to, around 20 companies or so that we watch every single week, and we wait for those reversal patterns set up. So as you can see here, VRAX looking really nice, and this is a biotech company, more along the lines pre-market, momentum trading, but can have some really nice swing trades as well. Now, this is no way telling you guys what to invest in. I will never tell you what to buy, hold, and sell. I'm just trying to show you, again, the foundation of how you can identify these companies and why I see value in them, so then you can start showing value and finding value in companies that you like to trade, okay? So it is below the 200-day moving average. If we see a spike from 180 to 240, that'd be really nice, or $3.62. Now, this would need some news to push, so that's why we're not going to talk about it too much, but it is on the watch list. Same with GovX coming to that key 200 support, definitely over sold indeed. These are all oversold companies with potential reversal patterns. Even with this company pushing from 230 to 4, it could go up 64%. That's insane. That means you can catch $100 only investing $200, right? You 50%ed your money. Almost doubled it. TQQ we already talked about. AMAT, Applied Material. Now, Applied Material is in that buy range area again. That 164 support is now almost being hit here. It went as low as 166. Now, can we see Applied Materials begin to trend line? Maybe trade a little bit horizontally for a minute, or tomorrow will it just begin to just continue to sell off, right? Could we see some consolidation here at this line and then see a nice break above? Definitely possible. right? That would result in a very nice profit of around 30% or $50 per share. Even if it only goes up to that 200-day moving average around 192, that's still like $28 per share. So really nice company to consider if you want to make a nice swing trade, because it is oversold. This is a great discount. This company used to be at $215 and has sold all the way off to 166 bucks, which is $48 discount, or a 22% discount, guys. And Applied Material is quite a good company anyways, right? So you're betting against something that actually has some value. Now, it has been trading a bit horizontally over the past couple of weeks, it looks like. Oh, I already have one. Here we go. There has been some horizontal pattern, which is nice. That's what we want to see. It had a gap down here. But look, it can even get to highs of $255. Okay, so this company has seen some really nice highs before and can continue to perform very well from $69 up to 255 bucks, right? So key level here, key resistance, key support, a little bit of support here, so I'm curious to see what happens. But again, selling off below that 200-day moving average. So again, key level. This is the key level. If it can't hold 166 and it can't break above that 200-day moving average, then we're not going to invest in it. Okay, these are all companies with extreme risk. Okay, extreme risk. BTCT, again, holding support above 17. We talked about this. Could potentially push up to 28, $25 if Bitcoin pushes up tomorrow with it. Okay, right now these are all selling off. Same with Mara, pushing from 21 to 26. Nice little buy range area though. This is where I love to be buying. And I love to buy anywhere between $15 and $20 to load up to get to those highs at 26, maybe even $35 where it was previously beginning of the year, around February of this year, as high as $34. So had this nice channel that we were able to trade within, and it traded horizontally for many weeks, if not a couple of months, and then had a nice downtrend, which we still made some money on these dips here, these really heavy spikes. A lot of horizontal trading, and now we're in that level where, okay, it's overbought. What's going to happen? Is it going to continue to trickle down, kind of just steadily go down back to this 200-day moving average here at 1750-ish, and then maybe have a nice rally back up, maybe the beginning of the year or something? It's hard to tell. Only time will tell, but I am excited to watch them nonetheless, and we're always trading Mara. We're always making money on it. So for tomorrow, if it stays above this moving average, and it pushes up even slightly from 21 to 21.99, that's still a $1 move. You know, if it comes tested this EMA, sells off to 20.92, pushes up to 21.92, dollar per share, 5%. And we've seen this with Mara a lot, right? Even on Friday, it sold off $1.30 per share, and it chopped up a little bit, went up almost a whole dollar there, sold off another almost whole dollar there, it was like 90 cents, and then pushed up again. Boom, boom, $1.08. So in these two moves here, 5% profit. Well, that was a sell-off, but just waiting, this would be 5% profit. So $1,000 would have made you $50. If you had 100 shares, it would have made you $120, right? And just understanding these lows and highs. So right now, this is a strong resistance, 21.25. And if it can't get above that, we'll see a sell-off. If it can push above it, we'll see this become a little bit more bullish. Any questions so far? Let me know. If there's any tickers you want me to call out, go ahead and start dropping them in the comments, and I can review those tickers for you. We're at 18 minutes. I don't want to go longer than 30, so we're just going to keep going. 20 companies is quite a bit, so if you feel like you're getting a little bit overwhelmed, just choose, one or two of your favorite companies and then just track it every single week. Maybe you like Applied Materials, maybe you like Tesla. Just track it every single week, stick it in your watch list, start making notes, start drawing out your support and resistance levels. And if you haven't watched our Learn to Earn lesson library yet, definitely do so. It's in our Learn to Earn lesson library playlist on YouTube. It's 100% free. Goes over all these. So if you're lost with me talking about indicators, moving averages, support and resistance levels, then definitely go check out that Learn to Earn lesson library. 10 quick videos. And if you want to sign up with this brokerage I'm using, WeBull, or just learn more about it and how you can use it and benefit from it and make it look like this, because it doesn't look like this when you first sign up, there's a few videos for that as well. Now moving on, Lunar, LUNR, very nice. I did not buy my range area. I wanted to at $9, pushing up to $12. This thing is very volatile, pushing up to $15. This is a space exploration company, so very excited for what is to come. Very nice upward momentum though, showing that it's very bullish, making higher highs and higher lows as it does cross over that 200-day moving average. And as you can see, if you're a day trader, you could have just waited for this little dip here, maybe buying, loading up around $8.88, pops up to 11.66 with that first resistance level with a major pullback, making almost $2 per share or 16% profit. Now holding on just for the majority of the day before market close, resulting in a 20% profit. Actually, I don't even think that's right because this moved a little bit. Almost 30% profit or $3 per share in a single day in a single move. So there's a lot of money to be made when you start identifying key levels, right? Key levels. Key level's $9. We should be buying and loading up at 9. Selling at first signs of resistance, maybe 11. Now looks like some 12, maybe 13 tomorrow, right? Wait for it to come back down, buy it again. This isn't the first time Lunar's moved like this. XPEV, same thing. Is this a key level here? Looking on the 1-hour chart, look at this thing. Key level. Now it's below the 200-day moving average, so it's going to have a little bit of difficulty getting back above it. But if it can push above $13, $13.15, then we can easily see this push up maybe even to $14, $15. So another opportunity, another company that we have on the watch list, because we know from past experience, when it's above that moving average, starting at $11, it pushes up to 15. 11 to 15, 40% profit, or $4.50 per share. And what's great about that, that was in 11 days. 11 days. So you're going to buy down here, and if you're patient, you could have rode it all the way up to 15. Start seeing signs of a pullback here at 15, maybe 15.50, 14.70 even, and you lock in profits when it hits that first sign, right? Even this gap down. You could miss it. You could even miss, when you buy it this low at 9, you could even have a really bad trade, right? You could have a horrible trade. You bought at 11 and you held way too long and it came back to 13 or 12. Well, you still made money from 11 to 12. Wasn't the best trade, but now you're learning, okay, hey, I need to lock in profits when it's up here. Lock in profits when it's down here. First sign of pullback. Maybe you're doing it multiple times. You just swing traded this for 5 days, made 15%. You wait for the pullback again to buy range area, $11, push it up to 14, you make 25% or $3 per share. Wait for this to pull back again, hits that level that you see, boom, it goes up again, 14%, $2 per share. That's what we're looking at doing today. Okay, that I thought it was going to pop up last week to this level, and it didn't, but it shot up 5%. So thinking it went up 18%, 14%, and still getting 5% is really nice. That's still really good. Okay, can this push above the moving average? 13 to 14 is $1 per share. Obviously, to 15 is $2 per share, or 20% profit. Tesla pushing up. Now it's sold off a little bit, finding some support as it sold off all the way from 362 to 302. Now it's up to 320. So we've already missed $20 move right here. A $20 per share move on Tesla. Can it go up even more, or is it going to begin to sell off is the real question. But now we understand, hey, there's some support levels here. Support, resistance, support. Now it's above support. Could this pop up to the next resistance of 328.99 and make $10 per share? Possibly. Could even go up more for more patient, back up to those 362 highs. 12% profit, almost $40 per share. But is now the time to buy? Possibly, right? These are all key levels. If it can hold support and push up tomorrow, great. If it can't hold this support level and it starts to sell off, well, obviously we're not going to buy something if it's selling off. So again, it's all about being prepared and waiting to see what happens, and then taking all the information from these Sunday night stock talks and every day showing up, the consistency of showing up every single day, and putting it all together to make that one educated guess and push that buy button when you see that it fits your trade plan. Once it fits your trade plan, it's all easy. All the work is done. The easy part is pushing the button. The hard part is all this gathering of information. So if I buy at, say Tesla, from a big guys out there who got some big size, if you're buying at 320 and your resistance is at 13, 319, you're risking 1% or a half a percent point. Well, you know where your stop loss is, right? You're risking a half a percent and you have a potential to make 2 to 10%, right? Now, realistically, I think it might go up 2%. Might go up 2%, so you're going to risk a half a percent point. That's 6 to 1, even a 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio, and that's how you're going to win. That's how you're going to beat the markets. Okay, buying low. You want to buy down here at these levels, not way up here at these levels. If you bought at 362 and you're holding, you're down 40 something dollars per share. Okay, we don't like to hold losers. We only want to invest in winners. Okay, gold. Same thing with gold at a key level again here. If it pushes to 1593, that's a key level. It might not get to that level, but if we can start seeing some signs of consolidation here, even if it drops a little bit and then starts to push up, we can see some amazing gains from gold when it starts to push. Now, gold, G-O-L-D, Barrick Gold, obviously, from 16, even $17. You want to wait for confirmation that this is beginning to push up from 17 to that $19 mark, $2 per share. That previous high of $21, $4 per share, 24% profit. So really some good moves here, some great opportunities in the market. Apple also looking like it can become bullish as well. But remember, it's below that 200-day moving average, which means it's actually bearish. It has to get above the moving average. MU, same thing, key level here. MU, previous resistance and support at $95. Well, where is it at now? $96. Where did it touch? $95. Are we going to see some consolidation and then a break above, maybe just to that 200-day moving average? Possibly. And again, add it to your watch list, set an alert if this interests you. It could go up 9% or almost $8 or $9 per share. Maybe you want to invest in it long term for the future. This would be a potential area to buy between $80 and $90 to get back to those previous highs of 158. Very exciting times, guys. There's so many companies that are overbought that could potentially go back up to those highs. Intel up $36 at one point, $37, came all the way down to 18 and is now pushing up. And I've been talking about Intel for a while, ticker symbol INTC, from 18.50 up to that $24 mark in 2 weeks, 32% profit. Okay, if you're holding, it at one point got up to 40% profit. Okay, now, is it going to continue to stay above? And as long as it stays above this 200-day moving average, it doesn't break this as a support, then we can see this slowly begin to trail up. Could be slowly, but surely begin to trail up. And that's Intel. It's already making signs of it being bullish. PYXS, this is something a subscriber called out. Very risky company. It's an oncology company, but again, oversold. That's why we have it. It could sell off more, get to this 200-day moving average at about 380-ish, and then we can maybe potentially take advantage of that and buy. So our buy range would be, 380, $4 if whenever it does decide to finally trickle down, touch this support, and then push up. And it could be an aggressive push up too. I mean, this thing could go up. Well, what would that be? It can, when the push happens, it can go up 30%. Sometimes it can go up 30% in 1 or 2 days. SQQQ, we talked about. BMEA, again, same thing. Key support level. Multiple times it had a support at $6.75. It showed support at $6.50. Now is this going to begin to push up or is it going to sell off? BMEA. Definitely have a potential to make anywhere from 47% to 100% profit on this one, which would be anywhere from $3 to $6 per share. Okay, a chance to double your money if BMEA begins to push up. JNUG, we did talk about, obviously, if JNUG pushes from the 40s to the 60s, that's $20 per share, 50% profit. LUCY, $7 per share. It is below that 200-day moving average, but if it can hold support at 643, this could potentially bounce up to 880 for a quick $2 per share, 30% profit, or even $11 where it previously had resistance for about $4.50 per share, or 68% profit. Okay, another company to watch. DJT. And guys, these are companies that we watched week after week, day after day. Every once in a while, I may add a company or minus a company out of the watch list. But we are constantly showing up watching these companies. And this week in particular, they're all at those key buy levels. The only thing we need is a little bit of confirmation showing that it's going up and not just going to continue to consolidate or sell off. Then that will give us clear direction. Hey, this is pushing up now. DJT stock, again, a key level here, 200-day moving average. It held it right here and popped up from 25 to 35, resulting in a $10 per share move, guys. $10 per share in a single trade in about 2 or 3 days. Now, if it does that again, right here, support, it's above $28. Support was at 25, so it has higher highs and higher lows. If it could find support and push up to 35, that could be $8 per share. Okay. If it could push back up to 43, that's $16 per share. And if it can get really aggressive and it pushes back to $56, that'll be $28 per share. Literally 100% profit or doubling your money, right? Doesn't mean it has to, but we're at a key level. And again, key level. What happens? Does it break the 200-day moving average and sell off? Or does it hold and become bullish and begin to go up, right? It doesn't have to go up a lot, but if it does go up, maybe we see something like that. Maybe we see something a bit more aggressive like that. Very excited to see what happens. Coca-Cola, again, key level, $61. We've been watching this thing sell off since October. We've been watching this sell off to $60. Why? Because it used to trade at $60. May of last year to July of last year, it traded within this range. Well, guess what? It's December, or it's November, right? Almost the end of the year. Does this trade within this level? Or does December help with, hopefully, you know, of course, the holidays and Coca-Cola? Does this help drive prices? And now we get a nice push from 61 back up to that 200-day moving average, maybe $68 for a $7 per share profit? Maybe. We'll see what happens. Or is this just going to straight up consolidate and do nothing till maybe May of next year? A lot of excitement, a lot of stuff to watch, and a lot of anticipation. Oxygen, final one. Last but not least, Oxygen pushing up last week from 89 cents to $1.32. Now, this is a company that can potentially go all the way up to $2, trading between $1 to $2, $1 to $2, and then back to $1. Ever since it has been selling off. Now, again, key levels here. It wanted to get above that 200-day moving average. Once people seen that it was above the 200-day moving average, it spiked from $1 all the way to $1.32. A lot of sellers at $1.32, so now it has another chance. If it gets up to this 200-day moving average and spikes above it, it could potentially break out from $1 to $1.32, resulting in 32% profit. Now, 35 cents per share does not sound like a lot, so you would need a lot of shares to actually make that $100. But you know, I think you need like 300 shares. And 300 shares at $1 is $300. So anyway, it's around the same. Whether you pick Mara to invest in, XPEB, Tesla, Gold, whatever it is, TQQQ, AMAT, understanding your trade plan for tomorrow, your key levels, and the direction overall of that company you're taking is important before taking any trade. Hope you guys enjoyed this Sunday night stock talk. Looks like we got a ton of thumbs ups. That's awesome. I know more people will come in. Sundays are weird. Everyone usually has work, family life, obviously, things going on. But hopefully, eventually, moving forward, I could find a day that we could stick to. If 2 p.m. works for you, let me know. If we need to go in the morning, 9 a.m., maybe we could do 9 a.m. stock talk, you know. But we want the most amount of people to be able to show up and get value from this to help them into next week. All right, no questions. Perfect. Then we are good to go, guys. Looks like we went live for 33 minutes. Went over 3 minutes of my marker, but a lot of information to go over. Good thing it's only 20 companies and not 50 or 100 like some people. So we're going to keep it short. Maybe as time goes on, we'll maybe even reduce it to only 10 companies. So thank you for your time. If you want to watch me trade as soon as tomorrow, it's 100% free. All you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel or even click that first commented link in the chat. That'll give you access to our free Discord. Ton of useful information, not only just watching me day trade, but we also have resources as far as economic calendars and charts, different people and other stuff that you can use and ask questions and have value. Anyways, appreciate you guys' time. Like always, have a great day, have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you all in tomorrow's morning live day trading session. See you all there.